labored to rid the Church of England of the vestiges of papal influence. Despised as Puritans, we suffered persecution and were forced into exile. In the year of our Lord, 1620, we left Europe on a religious mission to establish a godly government. In Plymouth, we boarded Mayflower, an ark that would carry us to the promised land. Soon, we were besieged on all sides by the treacherous ocean. Scurvy and fear of imminent death accompanied us for the remainder of our journey. We barely reached the New World alive after months on the high seas. The fear of retribution plagued our minds. Our countrymen had already warred with local tribes over this land. Many of us, too, believed we were not destined to share it. Famine and sickness struck our colony. We resorted to stealing food from the natives. The whole settlement feared the violent wrath of their war parties. Instead, one of them befriended us. Squanto spoke our language. Despite previously having suffered in slavery at the hands of our kind, he arranged for us to trade with the people of the First Light, thus saving our very lives. They introduced us to the beauty and bounty of our unforgiving surroundings, but most settlers still refused to see them as equals. Others would only deal with them if they commit to his word. Shall peace be sustained by sturdy plowshares or instruments of warfare?
All right, sorry about that, chat. I didn't expect it to jump right in like that. Good evening, everybody. We're going to check out Colonize. It's a demo on Steam at the moment. And first thing we're all right. See, that is loud now. Oh, do we want to run the tutorial? Type. I do wish you could scroll out a little bit more freely, but you can scroll out based on how. All right, so we have the cellar, we have the warehouse, we have the shelter. The inn is where eat. 10 a.m., 10 p.m. Shelter, because nobody has homes yet. Warehouse, everybody is a worker or as many. Standard day for is going to be a.m. to p.m. Here. So we have a clock to set work times. This is one shift. We don't have the ability to set up multiple shifts based on this. I think we would set up a separate building to a different shift. We will have to do basically all day. All right, cellar. We do need somebody to work for the should automatically go over here because, all right, let's get started. We need to build a woodcutter. Wood going. Haven't noticed anything distance has to be. Now I do know that closer to the warehouse helps. So for right now, we're gonna put woodcutter. That they start carrying materials from the warehouse to woodcutter. We're gonna get a woodcutter. We get a farm. We get pig sties set up for food, and then we'll start building some houses. Get people into houses. Oh, and we'll build a sawmill. Woodcutter, sawmill, pigsty. And that'll get us started, and we'll go from there. Yeah, so we got that. We can build roads. We'll build some roads once we buildings up. So, woodcutters, this back. We went there, so. Okay. 100. Building. Right, so farm. So. And again, our will do have limited resources right now. Trade for some trade what we have available to trade and separate. This we six. Now we need to buy some pigs. No pig. Oh, no, that's the farm. So plots in. Click on the vegetables we can grow for all of our plots. So we're gonna be corn, potatoes, wheat, barley. That'll get us started. So, Mayflower out here. got to world from England. Pigsty neck. Links, plenty of stone. So, unlike most games that I have played recently, where you kind of set up where the cutters are going to cut from, it looks just like a circle outward from the woodcutter ship. So, waiting on the mill. We're going to build our houses down in this area. Here, we want to leave room for in and do 24 hours. We do have different times. I am a 1x speed player, but 0 is pause, 1 is single, 2 is double, and triple speed. Again, I play on single speed as much as possible. I like to watch what I'm doing. Other games where I have expedite things. Oh, and I think roads. Something called. Connect. And the snaps roads, hopefully they'll make that a little bit and the other thing I haven't noticed is the roads right now I think are just visual purposes because they don't seem to use the road. Our farmers out here growing all of our crops for us. We have workers hauling them over to the cellar. Food gets stored in the cellar. Mercantile stuff gets stored in the sawmill person. Big sty. Production. Front. Got the little road. physically assigned. Right, yeah, it's 1800, so everybody's done for the day. Go back to their shelter, and they should come over here and get food. What our inn has stored. I don't know why she's somebody else. Good. So down here, we have some menus. Militia is not available yet. Council's not available yet. Shop. Expedition map. We have to build an expedition. Go anywhere. It's still. And then here's a list of all of our residents. If they have partner here, different things, children, energy level, and what job they. Don't think we can manipulate this. Picking their name. If you wish, now the name of the citizens. Did that, that would be most amazing, especially on stream, because I like to name our citizens or our. Please, if you guys are listening, devs, please let us change the names of the. Alright, so now we're just waiting for the next day, so we will speed this up. For time's sake. No, they haven't finished. But we are going to do. Audio is stuttering, just like we were dropping some frames that look. How's the audio now? Is it just me or is it the JT? Just me not talking directly into the mic? Like the mic? All right, how's that? Is that any better? I had to turn the gain up a little bit. Have the mic off to the side because it's a HyperX mic and it's always got those colors on it, and I don't like it. The other thing I can do is raise that up a little bit. That makes more in my face. So if I could turn those colors off, I wouldn't mind the mic being on screen, but with those colors always being on, spend a ton of money on a microphone yet because I don't know what setup's gonna. All right, so we were gonna build some houses. This lady breastfeeding her kid is the signal for houses. Again, if we look, We have a front door with a pathway. That way we know what facing. One. Start with those, and they're not even, but yeah, I really like the artwork on this game. That's what really keyed me in. Again, I wish I could zoom out a little bit farther. And some of the mechanics are interesting. So, we start with a set number of workers, and we can move them around different places. They have schedules. Right now, there's only one schedule per facility. I'm hoping as we get farther into the game or farther into development, this is just a demo. It's not even an early access yet. That we can set multiple schedules per facility. So right now, we have our inn where people eat and meet each other, working from 10 to 10 on a 12-hour shift. To do a 24-hour shift, I have to build a second inn and then set the time from 22 to 010, which I will do after we get some houses. I want to get them out of their shelters so that we can hopefully get some more residents, obviously, to build up our workforce. Everything's about our workforce. So right now, we have 3 workers in the cellar, 4 workers in the warehouse. That's our spare people. And I never played Frostpunk, so I'm not too. I think Kid played it a little bit, but didn't pay too much attention. But I do like the idea of shifts. I would like the shifts to be, so I could have 2 people assigned here working 12-hour shifts and have a 24-hour coverage, or to make people happier, shorten their work shift and go that route. And I guess in this screen would probably be the best place to set shifts, because then I can set shifts for each individual. It looks like people are starting to partner up with each other. Once we build some houses, they'll move in, have children. Hopefully we'll get new residents to move in as well. Build that work. Have 3 houses started. We're still waiting for daylight, so we're going to speed the game up a little bit. This is the fastest the game goes here. And we'll get to 6 a.m. when our next station. This is where it would be nice to have multiple shifts, because I could have people killing themselves. Slow time back down here. Go. We'll see all of our people come out of the shelter and get to their jobs. First one, verify. 2 people working at the woodcutter. 1 person on the farm. 3 people in the cellar. 4 workers. Now, what I'll do when the pigsty is done, is I will take one of these from the cellar and make him the pig farmer. I want to try and maximize the number of people in the warehouse, because they're the ones that are going to carry materials to buildings for building purposes. So you have max priority and then standard priority. That's it. No low priority. So there's all slow. them to finish the pig farm. We can get some food going. And we have to buy pigs. So 100 gold right now. Buy pigs. Pigs, I believe, cost 12 gold a piece, and we'll buy 4 to start off with. Farmer's doing well. Our food stores, we're still pretty good. Our food. On our mercantile equipment, which right now we just have the woodcutter and the sawmills, logs and. Oh, I forgot the well. Dang it! Thank you for reminding me, citizen. There is. Dang it! Dang. Put the well. That priority to match. Planks and wood logs over here. See what happens when you don't play the tutorial. All right. So, JT, what do you think about one more season of Bad Batch and then they're going to be done? Yeah, you're okay with that? Like Mox was a little disappointed on Twitter today about that. What do we have coming up next for animated? Nothing really, right? More Tales of the Jedi. Everything else is live action that's coming up, right? And there we go. Well is fit. Star Wars Vic. I don't think I watched that one. Not the really cartoony animation one. The other thing about this game is, as you can see, we're only running at 37 FPS right now. The game is not optimized. It will get down to around times. Oh, that was the kind of the anthology series. I haven't seen that. I'll have to check that out. I remember. Started watching the newer version of Battlestar Galactica fully for the first time. I've caught episodes here and there previously, but never watched the full series. So, trying to watch High Republic animation in the works. I haven't read the High Republic books yet. Somebody or some of the reviews were saying they were kind of weak in the writing. I haven't spent the money to buy them on Audible yet. I drive an hour to work. Yeah, with Katie Sackhoff. I don't think Katie's like one of the most attractive women, but I really respect her. At the beginning of Battlestar Galactica, she was like the typical Starbuck, smoking cigars all the time and, doing all that. But when she found out that little girls wanted to be like her, and they wanted to be like her, she actually quit smoking, so that she could set a better image for. So I thought that. So I respect her for that. And she was in TV series Longmire. She was really good in that. I really like that show. I don't know if she's the best Bo-Katan, but it is what it is. And I'm really surprised they went with Bo-Katan instead of bringing in, what's her name? In the series of Battlestar Galactica, I just finished the mini series, which was the kind of setup. So I'll be starting episode 1 of the main series for the main Battlestar Galactica series tonight. I only watched 2 or 3 episodes a night. And I do like that the Star Wars universe is using the voice actors as some of the characters in the live action. My concern is whether they physically fit the character. There's a very big difference between an audio voice and a visual image. So sometimes it's not anywhere close to what you expected. I do like that they are doing that. All right, so our pig farm is finished, so we're going to take one of our employees, pick him up, drop him over here, and we drop him. Now, buy piglets. We're going to buy 4 piglets. That's why they changed Ahsoka and Ezra. Yeah, right. You and I have had this conversation again. I don't like Rosario Dawson as Ahsoka. I think she has played too many different roles lately, and I think they could have gotten somebody younger to fit that role. I don't remember who's playing Ezra, so I don't. And he's just really a cameo in the show, right? He's not going to be a recurring character. I started watching Rebels again, too. I don't remember. It's been a while since I watched it. All right, so what do we have left? They're working on houses. Looks like they're kind of working on all the houses that closest to done. That is priorities. Okay, so they still have to find him. Did you ever read the Ahsoka book? Listen to the Ahsoka book? We're going to build a road here. So it comes with this little post and stars for where you can start and build roads. Yeah, Audible is my favorite thing right now. I've probably spent so much money on Audible just because I go through more than one book a month. My last book, I listened to a book called Shogun. It was written in the 70s. And that book, 50-something hours of narration. And it was crazy. And I listened to him at once. through them, and I like books that have good voice actors and reflect different tones and dialects. Mark Thompson would be always one of my favorite narrators for books, but there's some other. Glad we got away from the narrators that sound like Ferris Bueller's teacher and kind of like the text-to-speech narrators. They actually have some of it. Yeah, the road mechanics, nice. I wish you could round out the roads a little bit better instead of snapping them on the hex-based system. So we got one house done. Looks like it's next. Let's set that to priority to get that one done. Has anybody moved in? So yes. Here we can see that 2 people moved in, and then they will start having children, and they moved out of our shelter. We have a Sherlock Holmes that is around 90 hours. Holy cow, which book is that? Oh, it's a series of detectives. So it's a combination of multiple stories in one book. And most of the books I listen to are like 12 to 13 hours, getting up to around 20 to 30 hours max. But these ones, the Shogun series, or I guess it's the Asia series, they were like 50 hours each, but man, it was so good. I don't know if you remember an old mini-series back in I think it was in the late 70s, early 80s, called Shogun. It's actually the book, the series that showed the mini-series. Alright, so it is after 1800 again. Yeah, so I started listening to the books. That book was amazing. So Patrick Stewart, I don't think I've listened to any books that Patrick Stewart has narrated. I'll have to find some. I'm assuming he's done some of the Star Trek, right? I wanted to get into the Star Trek books, but the timelines are kind of wonky, so I haven't really known where to start. Alright, what do we got going? Residencer? That's priority is set to max. So we got a pig farm, we got a regular farm. For food, I wanted to get a chicken coop going. And then I think we need to start working on stone. And what else are we? So we have a woodcutter, we have a sawmill, we do not have a quarry, we don't have a hunter, we don't have a fisher yet. We have a farm, we don't have a windmill, and we don't have a bakery. So we can't make bread yet. We don't have a chicken coop. So I'll do the chicken coop next because that's like ready-made food. And then we'll start working on the mill and the bakery because we're going to have stuff coming out of the farm. And then we'll get our hunter and our fisher going. I don't know how far they let us play in prologue. C.S. Lewis book? I've listened to any C.S. Lewis. Right now, what am I listening to? Actually, Audible. Right now, I'm listening to An Echo of Titans. It's like the 3rd or 4th book in a series by T.C. Edge. Kind of a fantasy. Dungeons. And I've been listening to the Dritz, R.A. Salvatore books. Really like those. I gotta take a break from them every once. I need to find some new Star Wars books to listen to. Guess I'll have to go to the High Republic. Listen to just about everything before Disney bought Lucas. I was really big into the expanded universe, which is Legends. So I had already read and listened to those books. Did the Old Republic books like as soon as they came out. Finishing up Rising Storm. Are you doing the Audible book or are you reading? I don't know what your I know Audible's probably your preferred method with your handicap and stuff. Yeah. So, did Mark do the narration for those books as well? I believe he did. The new Thrawn books, I believe so. You're talking about the ones where they find Thrawn and then he goes through the Imperial Academy and all that. Oh, where are we at? Let's speed this up so we can get to the next day. How are you liking the writing of the High Republic book? That's what I heard was the kind of the week. Yeah, I've done all the new Thrawn series books. Again, I do like Star Wars. I just don't like Disney. Star Wars. This up and get to daytime again. And see, we can see here that Shelton was born. We have a new child in our one house. Click on here. Oh, they have two children already. So they have Conan Shelton, Francis Shelton. Again, I wish that us. So, by force, do you think they just ran out of time or had a certain time limit? They just had to knock out books and they didn't take the time to do them properly, or what do you think? Right now they're carrying stone over to this house. Need some stone and a couple more. So what do we got going? Working okay. Output is 11 out of 20. Here is 27 out of 30. So it looks like we're doing okay on our output. House is done. Chicken up. Where are you gonna put the chicken? Put it in pig farm. Again, the woodcutter in this game, it's not like most of the city builders that we've seen lately, where put the woodcutter down in whatever ring, that's where they're gonna cut, and it has to be cleared. They just kind of wander out and notice they're like cutting wood way up. So kind of strip mine thing. I think is. Some of the ideas in the writing needed a little more development, but that would be a book or two. Okay, I gotcha. Maybe I'll check those books out. Do they leave trees? It doesn't look like it. Right now, it looks like they're strip mining everything. I'm hoping that later we'll have the ability to plant trees. Bushes. We can place bushes, but we can't place trees. So I'm hoping that later on should build shelter that they'll be able to repopulate trees. But remember, this is when we first came over from England, so we were kind of douchebags at that time and thought everything belonged to us. Stripped the land of everything, stole from everybody because we couldn't feed ourselves and didn't know how to farm anything ourselves. See how it goes. Alright. Put our here. House is done, so we want this to max. So house first. Go up north. Yeah, the intro to this game was actually pretty good. They did talk about, how they came over and they were having to steal from the natives, and how what was his name, Squanto, befriended them and all that stuff. So they're trying to hold true to the true history. And of course, there's going to be some leeways because it's a game and we can manipulate the game however we want. Yeah, that was cool. Have I read Planet Hulk? No, I have not. I remember watching the animated movie quite a few years ago, but I have not read the book. I haven't read any Marvel or any superhero books, really. Most of my books have been, if they're sci-fi, they're Star Wars. I have been going through the Expanse books for the books for the TV show. The books are way, way better than the freaking show. The book by Greg Pak is so much better. I'll have to check it out. But yeah, I don't know why I haven't really listened to any superhero or comic novels, comic-based novels. I listen to the Bosch series every time there's a new book that comes out by Michael Connelly. I have listened to every single one of his books. They are really, really good. Did the Bosch series. He did the Lincoln Lawyer, Bloodwork with movie with Clint Eastwood. That was a Michael Connelly book. There's been some good ones turned into movies. TV series with Titus Welliver, and Titus Welliver eventually becomes the narrator for the books. Supposed to be break time, but good on day. All right, so we got 3 houses up. You need to get some more up. Have people in shelter. And woman. Okay. I was just curious on how. So, build some. I'm gonna have to build a quarry. Dark Disciple. What was that one about? Maybe they work on that instead of this house down here first. Interest. Okay. Did I read that book? I'm sure I did, because like I said, I've read or listened to just about every single Star Wars book. I think the toughest Star Wars series to get through was when they were doing the Yuzon Vong War. That took some trials and tribulations. Yeah, and I think that's. Again, even with the Disney stuff, I wish they would get away from the legacy characters, create some stories using the legacy characters by reference. There's so many great stories. I am glad they're doing the Jedi Academy series. I really wish it was Kyle Katarn's Search for the Jedi instead of Rey, but it is what it is, I guess. Supposed to be Star Wars show. That'd be cool. Guys done yet? All right, so down to 2 workers there. Got 4 workers left here, so we're gonna take her. Chicken farm. Need to buy some chickens, so we're gonna buy 4 chickens. 4. Skeletal Crew with Jude Law might be the sleeper show. I haven't heard too much about that one. Again, you know me, I kind of just catch stories from you and Kid. Probably you more so than Kid nowadays, but funny because Kid was never really a TV watcher. For him to be on the kick of making sure he goes and watches all of the Marvel movies as soon as they come out is really interesting because he was never like that before. Known Kid since 2001, 2002 when we first started playing Star Wars Galaxies. As you can tell by my Twitch name, I still have the ASF tag that we were talking about earlier. I think one of Kid's tags still has it. It might be his YouTube channel. Still has the ASF tag on it too. Oh, let's see. We have left. Finish that. We got somebody work. Oh, we gotta set her hours. House is full of people. His other Discord. Yeah, The old Discord was the ASF guild Discord, and it still exists. Not many people in it, and of course we don't use it. I have my own Discord server that doesn't get used yet because I don't have community yet, but it is there. And then, of course, his new one, Kidley's Dojo, that has really taken off. Gets a lot of news posted. With his gaming schedule now, kind of gotten away from Unity gaming, I guess, and now that he doesn't really play that many MMOs anymore. Unity gaming portion, but it looks like for Redfall, he wants to play that with the community. So jump in and play with him. I might have to change my streaming schedule around a little bit while we. Not really a game that interested me, but because he wants to play it, I'll play it, and because it's on a game, I don't have to pay. All right, what are we doing? We're still waiting for this house to be 12 stones. We got enough stones to build the house, but to build, we got to build a quarry. So put the quarry wherever we want. Looks like it. I'm just going to go out and find stones. Alright, so put quarry kind of right here. I want to make sure that stone. Oh, that one, that's not even going to take stones. That's good. We'll make sure the house gets done first, though. Yeah, I agree. I don't have the time or the drive to really sink into an MMO these days, but I do like co-op games. I'm really looking forward to Diablo 4 and their style of MMO because it's drop in, drop out, and it doesn't matter where a person is in the game, they can still play with everybody else. So, play Baldur's Gate 3, of course. Yes, definitely. I just haven't touched it really because, you know, I mean, how many times can you play the intro? And I want to kind of save that for when the game releases. So yeah, I'll be playing Baldur's Gate 3, and of course I'll be playing Diablo. Diablo, though, once you get through the story the first time, it's kind of the season grinds at that point, you know. And I do like what they did with Diablo 3 with the seasons, to make people go back and play it and make kind of I guess it's kind of a speed run, but you're not playing all the way through the game. Yeah, I'm down for a co-op group in Baldur's Gate. I don't quite know how it'll work. I didn't get to do any multiplayer in the early access. Where are we at? We're at 2100. Let's speed this up again. So I'm not sure how the characters will interact with each other and how well the characters will work with each other as far as party. Because what I've seen in the single player is party composition is going to be important. So we'll see. And again, I'm kind of a Holy Trinity guy. You know, I like the tank, healer, DPS, and then, you know, I usually have my rogue in there. Yeah, you like the way it worked? All right. Yeah, I'm definitely down for some of that. We can get together and do that. It's raining. Foggy. Raining. Oh, pretty good. I see the rain, just hear it, but I guess you can see. This game is done on the Unity engine, so I'm surprised it looks as good as it does and doesn't look dated. I haven't really got a good look at people, so, but it's all kind of secondary games. That rain coming and going does sound good. Slow this back down. Yeah, you know, the Unity engine seems to be a stable engine for, especially for indie devs. If they're not trying to do something super spectacular, a lot of them have switched to the Unreal Engine 4 and 5. Glad that Epic has made the Unreal Engine available for devs. So hopefully we can good smaller game companies out and rival some of these AAA games that are just honestly coming out like garbage. I miss the days where you didn't even know a game existed until you saw it on a shelf or somebody was talking about playing it. There was no hype for a game because you didn't know about it. Now, most games get overhyped and never really get the time or the resources they need. Every game company now relies on investors, and those investors want money. You know, that's what they're in that business for, is to make money. They're not in there to make passionate games. So I do like some of the companies that allow their employees to work on passion projects, but a lot of those passion projects don't get much time because, like you mentioned, the crunch. There's always a crunch to finish a game. And I don't think you can have a modern game, or at least a modern AAA title, without a crunch. I don't think it exists. Unless, because by the time you let them develop it, you're talking what, 6, 7, 8 years for a game to be made nowadays. And this thing, and then they want to pull people from one team to work to crunch on another game, like they're doing with Dragon Age right now. And obviously SWTOR's suffering from that, but SWTOR's been suffering from itself for a long time. I loved the game when it came out. I loved the premise of the game when it came out, but it's time for the game to go away so they can work on it, to be honest. It going to AWS servers and probably getting put into maintenance mode is not a bad thing in my opinion, but we need whatever's next. The new way Xbox is doing things is better in my opinion. They focus on marketing and capital, and devs just focus on games. Yeah, I do like that. Hey, work on your games. Pitch us your games, and we'll publish them when they're done. That works, but I think that works because Microsoft is so big and so broad. EA, with the way they do things, is always going to be about money. That's why you have FIFA and Madden and Call of Duty. I guess Call of Duty is not an EA game; that's an Activision game, but. You get what I'm talking about. So the microtransactions, especially for their sports games, makes them a crap ton of money. SWTOR, surprisingly, still, the microtransactions makes them all of their money for that game. I think I finally ran out of subscription on SWTOR. But yeah, to me, there's just nothing to do in SWTOR anymore. Hasn't been for a while. Gone back in, tried to do things. Even WoW. I go back and play WoW because I can go back and just focus on achievements and focus on derping around, and I enjoy it. Whereas SWTOR, I'd log in and go. Unless I'm in a raid group, there's nothing to do. Log back out. And I don't like raiding. I don't like memorizing specific ways of beating bosses. I want to play my way, not the meta way. And I think that's another why I just don't do too many MMOs in general. House is almost finished. May not get a road. But as you can tell, I built all these roads and nobody uses the roads. So I don't know if they're going to program that in later. That guy was weird. That around on his knees. Yes, the class stories were amazing, but you can only go through those so many times. When they went to that chapter thing with Valkorion and all those, I did not care for those. It felt like too much of a grind to get to where I wanted to play. And then some of the mechanics for the fights were not readily clear, and unless you looked them up, you couldn't figure fight. Yeah, had to use that shield or whatever, and that was the only way you could do damage and not die. I don't like mechanics like that. I want to be able to play my way. Give us multiple ways of beating scenario. I don't even raid in World of Warcraft other than maybe looking for raid group where you just go in, you fight one boss, and then you leave. You're not whole group. All right, so where are we at? We have 4 houses up. We are building our quarry now. Once we get the quarry done, we can build some more houses. We only have 5 stone. We need what? 4 more houses. Like all the females are taken. They're gonna have to start marrying off children, I guess. Yeah, I know. I'm gonna have to make an arc, or we can just get back on the Mayflower and wait for the rain to go away. But it is August of 1621, 95.4 degrees Fahrenheit outside, and partly cloudy, which means rain. We're in what? Plymouth? So northeast. Guess that's what you get in the fall. Lots of rain. So what else do we not have? We have to do the windmill and the bakery. And I'm not sure where we're going to put those yet. Hunter. All of our production buildings, core buildings built. We have to build the expedition building so we can start going out and expanding. And I guess we're going to have to build a church. Loved. But I know they were back then. Very, very. More chickens. Or pigs. off schedule. All right. I wonder if eventually we will be able to make some boats and go get to other places. We have Plymouth. We have Duxbury. We have Aguam Tribe. I'm sure we can get back in here, but it would be nice to be able to take a boat and go up the coast, go around here. Pawtuxet. It. So, pretty cool once it. Yeah, maybe. I know they got a long way to go. The game is still listed as to be announced on their timeline. Just the demo, what they're calling the prologue. How far we? 45. We may back to this on Friday. Wednesday, we're going to check out a demo for a game called Homeseek. It's a futuristic dystopian city builder, so that one should be pretty cool. And then Friday, I don't have a game for it scheduled, so we might come back to this, or we might stick with Homeseek. I think I'm going to finish up Octopath Traveler on my own. So I know that people are in the directory, but they're not coming to my channel to watch it, so I'll just get it done on my own. The length of those stories, trying to do them at an hour and a half, 2 hour blocks, is going to take forever. Don't want to spend that long on the game. We have other games coming out, and I'll more than likely probably be streaming Diablo and Baldur's Gate. Probably streaming Starfield. You know, now that we got our stream fairly stable, we dropped a total of 610 frames tonight. So, and we're streaming at what, 1080 60 FPS. I think we're doing pretty good. All right, everybody's going to dinner. It's 18:30, so we'll get the head. They finished the did. We got to get employee for the quarry, which means cut down our work. Maybe we'll take one of our wood cuts. That's what we'll. So let's put this back on one. Curve. Ooh, look at that family. Boys and 2 girls. Stocked up. Be happy. Alright, back to our full speed ahead. And we get to listen to the rain. Oh. That was. I was hoping that the pigs, chickens would propagate themselves. We're busy tonight. All those kids being born. Oh, so what else are you looking forward to, JT? Hollering, keeping people inside. They already have 2 kids. They have a full house. They have a full house. They have almost a full house. And anything. I mean, games coming out, Star Wars. Oh. Like coming out of the back end of COVID, we got a lot of stuff that people are trying to get out and get people interested in again. Alright, so want to see it's 10 stones. Alright, the hunter's hut doesn't take any stones. We'll build that next. And just because it's keeping the animal. I wanted to kind of see why I want to put these away from everybody. Oof. Is I wanted to see how it really affected the production. They're going to have to go all the way from town down there to build that. See the hunter. We have a hunter. 4 more houses. We have a bunch of males, but no females to pair them with. All of these here from Francis Shelton down, all children. like young children, not like 1600s okay to get married children. To figure out how to why can this not be built where I want it to be built? And open once we got this sorted out. People want to come and out in our town. So in the full game, I know that you're going to have to build palisade walls and you know, a militia to be able to protect from raids and so let's see. We got this year had some games and shows pushed back, but we are spoiled. A new Zelda, Spider-Man, Baldur's Gate 3, Starfield, etc., etc. Yeah, and you know, I'm skipping Zelda. Don't know if I'll play the Spider-Man game. I didn't play the last one, but I played the 3 previous to that. Yes, the Tobey Maguire era Spider-Man games. I did play those. So I might play Spider-Man 2. The problem is it's going to be a PlayStation exclusive, more than likely. I think it is a PlayStation. That makes it, you know, I won't be able to stream it. So it'll be just play on my own time. Baldur's Gate 3 and Starfield, obviously I'll be able to stream those because they'll be on the PC. I hope so. I mean, because I more than likely won't play Spider-Man. If I know it's coming to PC, probably won't play it until it comes. Final Fantasy 16. It's not coming to PC anytime soon. It's not even thought of for PC yet. So I will probably be playing that on PlayStation. And then, of course, I'll buy it again. It does come to PC just like I did with 15. Because I do like playing them with mods and stuff. You know, I think mods can make games that you've played through the first time very interesting. They increase the replayability. What I did is I went through and just kind of turned off the extra employee slots for the different facilities. Tower. Looks like they're working on kind of both of them at the same time. So what I want to do is I want to set this one to priority. Hunter set, because we really don't have an employee to put at the 100 set right now without sacrificing some. And I would do. Blowing thing. Sorry about that. But pretty good little game. Been playing another city builder on my off time, Ostriv, and that game again. The artwork in the game is amazing, but it is very, very. I've done more in this game in an hour and a half than I think I've done in that days. So, but it is a very good, very well laid out mechanic. Take them a while to build that. So, do what I absolutely building it. Propagation. Need to be able to self-propagate. And then I haven't figured out what these sliders are for. Strength and farmer experience and happiness and all that. I haven't figured that out yet. And there's nothing about it. Hopefully they'll. Lady wants to go back to England. My mic's cutting out again. Is it just, again, me not talking? Not all the mic, but you can. Oh, we didn't lose any more frames. Just, huh. I don't know, it's probably me not talking towards the mic. I do have the gain all the way up. So I have to watch the VOD and see what's going on. So the camera or the mic is here. And then I'm facing this way because that's where chat is. And of course where the game is. So, not ideal, but again, I don't want the mic on the camera because that looks like crap. Try and get it right at the edge. And I just gotta make sure I talk clearly and enough to catch the mic so it'll pick up my voice. I have noticed that some of my words don't click enough to be able to activate the mic for the filter. And I don't want to turn the input down so low that it picks up dog movement. Which you can see the dog laying back on the bed. Racked out. That's all she does is sleep. Yeah, sounds great there. Yeah. And that's what it is. So when I'm back here talking and reading chat, you know, it's going to be worse because I'm not talking into the mic that's over here. But when I'm over here looking at the game or making a point to talk specifically into the mic, it's going to sound better. Mics work. Yeah, I'll have to play with it a little bit. Eventually I do want to get a better mic and a better system, But this, for a $150 mic, this is really, really good. And for the natural filter that it has set in, really like it. But I don't have a whole lot of room in front of me to set up a lot of peripherals in my cabin, so I have to be cautious of that. All right, so where are we at? We are at 8 o'clock at night. Stopped working. Yes, -5 for hunting? Really? Happiness +2. Happiness -20. Happiness -10. I never know. I guess I didn't pay attention to that. So all of the work-related stuff is negative happiness. Food, of course, is positive. Yeah. Inn is positive. Houses are positive. Something to, I guess, pay attention to later on. Filtered by happiness. So, seems that everybody's pretty happy. What's our lowest happiness? 20. And that's a 35-year-old single man. The laborer. So, yeah, he needs to get laid. That's all his problem is. All 4 of these guys right here. Their happiness low, just they're hanging out by themselves, watching porn at night. All right, crank up the speed, get to the next day. I don't know. Where did they use this porn back then? Comes the rain again. Like a Eurythmics song. Yeah, this game looks really good. Trees all look good. Grass looks good. Of course, the artwork for the buildings all looks good. Animals actually look like animals. I can put up streetlights and stuff, but that all costs money. So, and my guys don't obviously much in the dark anyway. It'll affect game later when they get in some of their other stats and stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and leave this on 3 times speed until they get this built, so that hopefully we can check out what the expedition building does for it. That full output on our farm, just one person. Alright, our stone's going back up. I can build. And I don't mind building roads. They don't use. Lots of potatoes, corn. There we get some more residents. And get some bread. That's when we buy stuff from the store. Oh, somebody's out of food. Oh, it's almost time for you to eat anyways. Got another 30 minutes. Building done. Winslow Warren and Ben Rogers. Oh. Ben Rogers. If you didn't have 5 damn children, you wouldn't be so hungry. This is 49. There is 27. But, well, they should be going to... There's Ben Rogers. I'm gonna get some dinner. Winslow Warren. Dude, you're in there eating. Complaining that you don't have any food. What happens is after they eat, their hunger goes up after they eat. Oh, and his is automatically going right back down. All right. So didn't eat. The baby was born. All right, back to super speed. Maybe we're gonna see our first citizen starve to death. See what happens then. We're up to 32 people. Too bad all of them are children. Out pretty soon. Gonna leave it on fast forward until building done. Or until Winslow Warren dies of starvation. Oh, we have a change of weather. Look at this. Change of rain because of the coming. Interesting. Now Winslow Warren's getting sick because he didn't go eat dinner. After 10 o'clock, he should be able to go get dinner. All right, blow this back down. So that, can we start expedition. Start an expedition there. Start an expedition there. Takes time and it needs 5 calls. Takes a little bit long. Gain gold coins and meat. This one, bread and I don't know what to tell you, Warren. Winslow. You ate dinner last night. Your own fault. Yeah, this is really losing all the leaves for the autumn. Let's see what stock up on fish and bread. Let's see. Input. Oh, that's the price. Need 3 bread to be able to do it, so we're not going to be able to do. This? Oh. Oh well. Well, chat, I think that is going to do it for us tonight. This was a good look at Colonize, a city builder based on early Americans coming over to the New World. I think it's pretty neat. AT thinks it's pretty neat, and I look forward to their development. I'm sure it'll go to early access before it goes to publication, so we'll check it out again then. There's really no reason more to check out demo until then. So we'll kind of leave it at that. And I think that's going to do it for us tonight, chat. We only have 5 minutes left in the stream. And let's see. Next Wednesday, we're going to play Homeseek. Homeseek's another demo on Steam. And that one will be pretty good. I think it ran a trailer on it a couple weeks ago, maybe on one of his gaming news and trailers episodes. But it looks like it'll be pretty interesting. I hope the artwork is really good. And so come and join us on Wednesday for Homeseek demo, and we'll go from there. Awesome. Thanks, guys. Thanks for hanging out, JT. As always, always good conversations with you, buddy. And we'll see you again on Wednesday. Thanks, guys.